Well, since I see you seem to already be up here in the attic ahead of me, it must be time to talk about a mask. Is that right? This week's mask is from a company I miss, Cesar, C-E-S-A-R, a France-based mask company who made millions of very nice vinyl masks for years and years and years. Cesar was around shipping masks to the U.S. throughout the 70s and 80s and 90s. They're no longer in business today, but you can still find a lot of their masks here and there in the States. And one of them that I thought was cool was this old mask, which was available in the 80s and 90s. This is Father Time. That's right, Father Time. And as you can see, Father Time was a pretty realistic, pretty normal looking old man mask, only with this metallic silver quality to give him a strange, unearthly look, so that he didn't just look like any older gentleman. The straight up flesh tone version was available for years as Mad Doctor. And that version seems to have been inspired in turn by the Don Post Mad Doctor, which was inspired by Boris Karloff's appearance in House of Frankenstein. Although this doesn't really look like Boris Karloff, for a long time Mad Doctor masks sort of had the old man with a beard look to them. And that all goes back to the character of Dr. Neiman, played by Karloff in 1944 in House of Frankenstein. Anyway, the Mad Doctor version here was also released as Father Time. As you can see, he has gold eyebrows. Not gold plated, just painted gold. Don't get too excited there. As you know from previous segments with me, I don't approve of and I don't recommend using gold paint on latex masks, because in many cases gold paint eats latex. But it's okay on vinyl, and this, like other Cesar products, was a vinyl mask. And I don't know if you can see inside there, there's a plastic shell. Now you take that out when you're wearing it, but they would always come with this thin vacuum formed plastic shell on the inside that would keep the mask stretched out into its proper shape, and it would always look nice. And Father Time here looks a bit like he would be on an Irwin Allen science fiction television program, doesn't he? If you ever watched like Lost in Space and The Time Tunnel, Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea, a lot of those shows, aliens from other planets had silver skin. Not sure why that is, but that's what aliens on TV used to look like, is silver skin. So he kind of looks like a space wizard from one of those programs. But anyway, I remember back in the 80s we had to do a parade. It was a New Year's, Christmas parade rather, with a New Year's themed part of it. And I didn't actually have a Father Time mask at that time, so we used a generic old man with a beard that I think was called Wizard. And Laura, that's right, Laura, my wife, had to play Father Time wearing the old man with the beard mask and a white robe, which in fact was a Dr. Phibes robe that she had made for me, because I was also a big fan of Dr. Phibes. I seem to have really wandered here, but you get the idea. This is what a Father Time mask should have looked like, I suppose. And again, the silver gives him a weird look, so he doesn't just look like an old man. He looks kind of, you know, kind of unearthly and odd and non-human because of that. Now, of course, the real-life Father Time is my worst enemy. In real life, he's not a rather kind and loving and wise-looking fellow like this. The real Father Time is a hateful, heartless, mean old bastard who, as you can probably tell, has been taking a bat to me on a regular basis for years and years and years now. So this version of Father Time isn't nearly so diabolical and unforgiving as the real Father Time. You see, this is the more whimsical side of Father Time. Now the hair is rooted or sewn in, which means it's not going to fall out. It's sewn directly through the vinyl, and there are no ears on the Father Time mask. Your own ears show if the hair doesn't cover them. So you better hope that there's enough hair on there to cover them, and you better fluff it up so that it does cover your ears. Otherwise, you're going to have to paint your ears silver to you know, complete the effect. But I do remember Laura Lady playing Father Time And in case you're wondering, I don't know if that's even a thing anymore, you know, where Father Time represents the old year. You know, when there's the baby is the new year, the old year is like an old man with a long beard. Do you remember that? Back at the time, it was a thing. It's probably still a thing, isn't it? Is it still a thing? He doesn't know. He's old and confused, much like your host here in The Mask Fanatic. Join us again next week for another cool mask from the ancient past. Go get 'em, Father Time!